This week in Louisiana agriculture, we begin our series, TWILA Reporting for Duty. First up, sugarcane planting by hand.
How much work goes into one sweet potato? I'm Kristen Oakes, and I'll have that answer coming up.
I'm AJ Sabine here in New Orleans, and I'll show you a produce market here in town that connects local farmers with urban communities.
Hello everyone, I'm Michael Danna. Thanks so much for joining us on this week's program. Have you ever wanted to know what it's like to work a day on the farm? This week we begin a multi-part series looking at just what it takes to live and work on farms and ranches here in Louisiana. Over the next several weeks, each member of the TWILA team will spend a day on the farm working alongside a farmer or a rancher. We wanted to give you, our viewers, a taste of what farmers go through day in, day out to keep their operations running, and how at times just how much work it is to keep even the smallest operation going. We kick things off this week with the planting of sugarcane. Last week I spent the day at the sugar farm of Bobby and Melissa Morris of Port Allen. The Morrises farm 1,500 acres of cane, and each and every one of those acres is planted by hand.
Is there any method to the madness here? Is there anything I should know about?
You got to plant at least 4 or 5 stalks.
Okay.
Give me a good foot overlap, and everything will be good. I won't scream at you.
All right.
And so my day begins. There are 400 acres of sugarcane to be planted this year at the Morris farm here in West Baton Rouge, and time is running out. Rain delays have the Morris' sugar planting schedule running about a week behind, which only means his workers have to plant even faster. Like most sugar operations here in Louisiana, every acre of cane here at the Morris farm is planted by hand. There are mechanical planters, but Bobby Morris said they dump too much cane into the rows. And in cane planting, more cane in the seed row doesn't mean a bigger, better stand of cane come harvest. As I found out, it's a delicate balance of seed to distance ratio, placing 4 or 5 stalks of cane every 6 feet with a 2-foot overlap. It's a ratio that produces the most cane with the least amount of waste.
Well, in watching this process from the turn row before I started, it seemed to be nothing more than just dragging a piece of cane out and throwing it into the ground. There's a lot more to it than that. You have to keep pace with the tractor. You have to keep pace with your fellow workers. And if you don't, they let you know it.
Today I'm working alongside 23 migrant farm workers, mostly from Mexico. Some are naturalized U.S. citizens, while others are H-2A workers here under the government program that tracks immigrants working on U.S. farms and ranches. These workers have been with the Morrises for the last 13 years. Bobby Morris says they come back year after year, and that's a good thing because he says no one locally is willing to spend long hours in the hot sun planting next year's cane crop.
They come here for one thing, and that's to work. They don't want to sit at the trailer and hang out with each other, and they want to come here and get the job done. The faster they get this job done, the faster they move on to another job.
The temperatures on this day hovered in the mid-90s. Staying hydrated is key. You never want to get too far from the water cooler. Some workers used umbrellas to gain a brief respite from the searing heat. Others found shade where they could. But the only person who seemed to be fazed by the heat was me. These workers will put in a 12-hour day for the next 8 days, the time it will take to plant all 400 acres here. We tried to get some of them to talk on camera about what it's like to plant sugarcane 12 hours a day. None were willing to do it. One worker told me privately that despite the fact that all these workers are here legally, the perception among many Americans is that if you are from Mexico and you are working on a farm, you must be an illegal. While the Morrises have 1,500 acres in production, they are very much a family farm. His father Robert, mother Dale, wife Melissa, sister Markel, uncles, and cousins all put in a full day's work, just like their employees. And Morris says his workers, well, they're part of the family too.
We can't do without them. That's 2 weeks out the year. You know, it takes us 2 months to get ready for these 2 weeks, and they're all family. The last day, we do a fiesta. You know, we barbecue for them, and we all take a family picture with them and send them off.
So after spending a day with the Morrises and their extended family, I'd like to say I know what it's like to work a day on the farm. But I can't, because what I did for just one day, many of these farm workers have been doing all of their lives. After his employees complete sugarcane planting at the Morris farm, they will head up to Illinois to detassel corn, again by hand. Under the federal H-2A program, Bobby Morris is required to advertise for local workers through local media outlets. It gives local folks the right of first refusal, so to speak. That way, no one can say they were deprived of a job. Morris ran ads in the Baton Rouge Advocate and the West Side Journal seeking locals to plant sugarcane. The ads ran for 3 weeks. Bobby Morris said he did not receive a single local inquiry about the jobs, which, with bonuses, benefits, and housing allowances, pay upwards of $15 per hour or $750 a week. The Morris farm is not unique to this situation. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, there are currently 750,000 farm jobs in this country that go unfilled because no American wants to do the work that migrant farm workers do every day.